The first time you hug her, she freezes, not stiff with anger, just still, like someone who has never quite learned what to do when they're held. Your arms are around her before you fully think it through. An instinctive response to the way her words had cut too close earlier, to the quiet distance between you lately. And you expected resistance, a sharp remark, a step back, but none of that comes. Arlecchino simply stops moving entirely. Her hands hover at her sides, uncertain, fingers twitching once like she's considering pulling away. And you feel her inhale, slow and controlled, as if she's grounding herself. "What are you doing?" she asks, her voice confused. "I'm just hugging you," you reply softly, your forehead resting against her shoulder. "You look like you needed it." She lets out a quiet, humorless breath. "I don't." But you don't move away. "I knew you'd say that. That's why I'm hugging you. If I waited for you to say it, you'd never ask." For a few seconds, she remains rigid beneath your touch, and you can almost feel the calculations running through her mind. How to disengage politely, how to regain control, how to make this stop without hurting you. Then slowly, she exhales. "You shouldn't do things like that. People will misunderstand." "I don't care about people," you answer simply, and her hand lifts hesitantly, stopping just short of your back. She seems surprised by the motion herself, fingers curling slightly before settling, awkward and unsure, against your coat. It's not a proper embrace. It's more like she's holding onto something to steady herself. "You're warm," she says quietly, almost to herself. And you smile. "You can let go if you want." She doesn't. Instead, after a long pause, her other arm comes up, resting lightly at your waist. The contact is careful, as though she's afraid of doing it wrong. No one ever taught her this. She doesn't remember the last time that she was held. And she leans in just enough that her forehead brushes your own. "I'm not accustomed to this," she admits, and you smile softly. "I know. But quite frankly, I don't dislike it," she adds, her voice quiet, as if she's confused. And you hold her a little closer, just enough to let her know that she can have this, that she can let loose, she can relax. This is something that you're offering, something different, a vulnerability that she can allow herself to have. And she doesn't step back. That's how you know something has shifted. There is a small space between you now, barely a breath, but Arlecchino remains where she is, gaze lowered, expression unreadable. Her hand still rests at your waist, fingers curled, like she forgot to let go. "Is that enough?" she asks quietly. "For you? Or for the version of you who thinks that it should be?" Her fingers tense. And you expect her to pull away then, to straighten and retreat, behind that composure that you were used to. Instead, she exhales slowly and looks at you. Up close, without the usual sharpness in her eyes. She looks tired. Not weak, just worn in a way no one ever notices. Because she never allows them to look long enough. I struggle to understand why you do that. She admits. You don't understand why I hug you? No. I don't understand why you stay. She says. You gain nothing from it. I'm not gentle. I don't reassure well. I disappear when things become complicated. I am someone who can offer you nothing. And yet, you stay regardless. You left your hand, brushing your thumb lightly over her knuckles. That's where you're wrong, Arlecchino. I don't stay for what I get back. She watches the motion, like it might vanish if she blinks. Well, you should. People usually do. I'm not people. I'm yours, remember? The silence that follows is fragile, and her grip tightens, just slightly. I have never been good at this. Letting someone close without turning it into a transaction. Or a liability. Well, good for you, I don't want you to be good at it. All I want is for you to be honest. She considers your words. And then slowly, she gets closer again. And this time she is the one that initiates it. Arms coming around you, pressing you against her chest. If someone walked in now, they would see something no one ever does. Her chin rests slightly against your head, and you feel her heartbeat. If I do this, you don't get to leave without telling me. Deal. And you may do it again. The hugging, when I forget to ask. You smile. I'll take that as permission. Just don't abuse it, she says, though there's no real bite behind her words.